As a Venezuelan, I find this series hilarious, my dude. Keep it up. Hey, my boy, let's go. Are you a gold farmer by any chance? Nah, I use GP to migrate. Now I live in Australia. Wait, actually.
I use GP to migrate.
Yo, Nacholita, bro. If you actually did migrate from Venezuela on
There's
GP,
no way.
Would you be willing to jump in Discord and tell us your story? I need to hear this shit, bro.
There's no
just
way.
For the video, someone in my chat said they're from Venezuela and they migrated to Australia by selling old school RuneScape GP, dude. So we're getting him in Discord
Venezuelan
for an interview.
podcast?
Holy fuck, man. This is going to be crazy.
There's no way. Broski, thank you for the prime. Guys, that is actually, if this happens, this is actually gold.
Yo, Nacho.
Hey, why you die, you potato?
Hey, first things first. ¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Yo estoy muy bien. Despertándome. Son las 8 de la mañana aquí en Perth, Western Australia. Estoy viviendo la vida loca.
Dude, I hope
How are you doing, my brother?
I hope none of those were slurs, bro. I really hope. So you were full, like, so you said you were a mechanical engineer?
Yeah, back home. But
back home.
If you're an engineer back home, you make more GP. Well, you used to make more GP selling gold.
Wow.
Damn, so you would make more money playing RuneScape than you would as a mechanical engineer?
No shot.
The thing is, and this is a little bit of political mess. I'll give you some lore about Venezuela. Back then, you could sign against or vote against the government, and if you were in that list, you were fucked because obviously the government had control everything. So the moment your name was in that list, and the government saw that you were you voted against them, you're in the blacklist, and no one would hire you because everything was controlled by the government back then.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
So
That is the most corrupt thing ever, bro. What? He said, guys, do you hear what he said? If they found, if the president or whatever that won the election found out that you voted against him, they'd put you on a blacklist and you could never work. You'll never get hired. That's crazy.
So it's like fucking, it's a tyranny. They're just like controlling everything and you can't say anything against them. And so 2018, you're gold farming. What was like RuneScape activity of choice? What were you doing to farm gold?
The beautiful thing about my story is a little bit different because I used to play RuneScape before the crisis. I used to play RuneScape back in 2005.
You just did it for fun?
Very, very well. Yeah, I used to play as a hobby, as you and everyone else. But RuneScape was massive in Venezuela even before the crisis hit.
Right,
so I used to be scamming people at Barrack Square. Back in 2005. Me and my brother
There's no way.
charcoal, not a charcoal.
Yeah.
One side of the banks.
He's the guy over there saying, buy Tebow, buy Shadow. No way.
Selling it cheap, and then I'll be on the other side buying it expensive, and people used to fall for that.
That's so funny, bro. That is so funny. Yeah, we used to pull shit like that when I was a kid as well. That's so good. And so you played for fun, and then so when you decided, like, how did it come about that like a bunch of people from Venezuela started like farming gold? Was it just like word of mouth? Like, were people talking about it on the streets, or like?
Yeah. So the gaming community, with everything going on right now, where you could barely buy bread and ham and cheese. You work one whole month and you only get one packet of rice, and like obviously you're experiencing it right now with your series. It was really tough. So people
but probably not experiencing it to the extent that
No,
you were.
he's not
but
experiencing
I know
it
what
to
you're saying.
That is crazy.
And then people were like, there's a game where you can make some money. And then I understand it because obviously I was a RuneScape player before the crisis, so I understand the harm that we had. But at the same time, it was something that needed to be done. You either real world trade or die of starvation, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense, right? And like, I mean, you're talking about the harm to the game. Like, personally, if I was like living,
Guys, this is so different to hear it from somebody who's really, really lived it and experienced it and then done it. I feel from just this guy talking a little bit, I feel so much more like this could have been me. Because imagine you're living in Venezuela, you're on that blacklist, you can't work. So what can you do? You have a computer, you're a gamer. He's just a gamer trying to make some money, and he can't make money anywhere else if he's on the list. I'm so much more sympathetic to them now. just from hearing this interview, because it makes me feel like this could have easily been me, you know, in another timeline. And it's just crazy to hear it from him like this. Like this could have been any one of us if we had been born in Venezuela. Just a RuneScape gamer who couldn't get hired anywhere and had to make money, or he was going to die of starvation. Like that line right there is fucking crazy. It hits different.
Like you were and needed to make money. I wouldn't give a fuck about the harm to the game, bro. It's like you're gonna try to make money to live, dude. Like fuck the game.
Because obviously I didn't want to use any of my mains. I used to use VPN. And I had alts where all I used to do for a month was Solra, because back then Solra was
the printer.
Biggest money making method. But I was smart. I would grind for 4 months because I knew the moment I RTW, my account was gonna get banned.
Right. See, I've always wondered that, like, because I always thought if I was gonna be like Goldfarmer, I would.
Oh shit! So the tech was to make an account, grind for like 4 months, and then real world trade on that account so that when it got banned, which was inevitable, you already had backup accounts, and then you have enough money and food saved up so that you can grind out a new account. You just do it all. You suicide bomb it, I guess. I mean, yeah, you just sell all of the gold in one transaction. That you know that account is gone, so you get rid of everything. Like you literally just sell the entire bank for gold, then you real world trade it, and you just know that account is going to get banned, and then you just start making and then you just take the money that you made and you go start making a new account. It's like you just know it's gone. That's crazy.
Just build up a massive bank and do like the best money makers I can, and then just sell it all in one big chunk
there
and then start again, you know?
And honestly, and I know the community is divided in its opinion, but we had to, man. We had to.
Oh, of course, bro. Hey, you're not gonna sit. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, fucking gold farmers are so bad." Like, you got to do what you got to do, bro. Like, I'm with you. I'm on your side.
That's what I did. I did it for I think 3 waves, a whole year, and I made enough money to migrate to Colombia. And then in Colombia, because obviously you hear from Colombian people, Venezuelans are spread out all throughout South America, and then from Colombia I lived there for a few months, and then I went to Chile, and then Chile is massive. And then I managed to get a job in Chile with one of those companies. By the way, all thanks to the OS recipe.
Yup.
And then
dude, this guy made himself a whole new life from RuneScape GP. He bought himself a way out of the country. You guys thinking of how crazy that is? That is insane to me. This dude, RuneScape saved this guy's life.
They were like, "Oh, we got a project in Australia. You wanna go for 6 months?" And I was like, "Sure." And then came to Australia, working for one of these massive companies that you guys have here in Australia.
Yup.
And then they were like, "You wanna stay? We'll sponsor you." I was like, "Right, sure."
Oh, that's amazing, dude. That is an amazing story. That's so awesome. I'll tell you what, Nacho, I'm fucking glad you made it out the other end, bro. And thanks for coming on and telling this story, man.
Pleasure, man. Keep going with the series. Try to eat something better than rice and fucking beans, man, because we don't even need that shit back home.
Wait, okay. Can you give me like a traditional, well, not traditional.
What
like,
do you got? What are they
what's the kind of meals you would be eating when you were gold farming? What should I be cooking up?
You need to look up something called arepas.
Arepas. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get a drop of doom and I'm gonna make some arepas. Dude, what a fucking beast! That is one of the coolest stories I've ever heard, man. That is one of the coolest stories I've ever heard, bro.
Do you think, are there any Venezuelans that stream like this content for real? You can make extra money like that.